Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chelsea if you're new here. If you're not new, welcome back. I appreciate you coming back. If you are new, definitely do subscribe. If you'd like to watch any of my other educational comedy commentary content, my anti-MLM content, my true crime content, that will be linked up there in that little corner. If you'd like to join the channel, feel free to. There'll be a join button right next to the subscribe button. Like, comment, all that. Follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is at CCSUAREZ, but doing all that basically helps my voice get bigger and hopefully saves a lot more people and educates a lot more people. So today, what we're going to be doing is going over yet another multi-level marketing company. We're going to be doing a deep dive on Limelife by Alcone. Just like all of my other deep dives, we are going to, go over a big chunk of what the company is and then the, like a history of it. I also want to start going over, who it seems like they really target as well, at least from what I've seen. And then also I want to go over one of their top sellers because there is a lot of horrific stuff going on with one of their top sellers. So let's just go ahead and get right on into it. I'm assuming that I'm thinking this video is going to be really long. So grab your wine today or drink your tea, your coffee, your whatever, it doesn't matter. Today I'm going to be sipping on some Babe wine and it is delicious. All right, so Limelife by Alcone was previously known as Limelight by Alcone. But before all of that, this multi-level marketing company that sells primarily just makeup is what they're known for. I'm sure they have, skincare and other bullshit like that. And we'll go through some of the products that they have as well. I always like to go over those. But they started out as Alcone, basically, or the mother company of it. That's how it started out. Just Alcone, and it was a small, storefront in New York City, and they sold, prosthetics and makeup and things like that to the theater community. So not only like special effects stuff, but also like normal theater makeup as well. One of the catchphrases that I saw, I can't remember if I'm going to say it right. I should have wrote it down, but it said something like bloody to something or something to bloody. I'm pretty sure it was like glamour to bloody. We've got you covered. Something like that. Pretty cute, right? I love that. But anyways, that is how the Alcone family or the Alcone business really got started. And then in 1987, something huge happened for them. So they were actually approached by the Blue Man Group to be their sole provider of their stage makeup and stuff like that. If you haven't seen the Blue Man Group, it is I don't even want to call it like a Broadway show because it's not, but it's a show, an experience, something like that. They're blue, they wear black, and they're drumming and stuff. I've gone, it's pretty cool. I thought it was pretty awesome. It's like a live art performance is kind of a good way to explain what it is. But it's very, very popular, right? It feel like it was a lot more popular back in the day, but it's very, very popular. And then in 1997, something even bigger happens. The creative director of the Broadway show, The Lion King, approached them and was like, I need you to provide everything for us. So they became basically the go-to for all of these big productions. So between then and 2014, they made a little sub company or a subsidiary under Alcone called Alcone at Home. And that was more of makeup for everyone, not just stage makeup. So obviously there's a huge difference. There's a big difference even between, when I was doing makeup freelance, I would have my professional kit and I would have my personal, right? There's a huge difference between those two, and I would never mix them. So I think they were trying to tap in, this is just my opinion, but I think they were trying to really tap into that and get into, you can, use these products too, but that's really a hard market to break into, especially when, you have all these already established brands that people know. They're not going to want to use stage makeup, right? For instance, that's kind of an insult when it's ooh, girlfriend, why does it look like you're wearing stage makeup? Especially, I did dance for a long, long time, so I've been on stage. I get it. I know how that is. I've done makeup for a long time as well, as you can tell. But stage makeup meaning more, bold and a little bit more harsh because you're under all those lights and people aren't right up next to you, right? They're going to need to be able to see you from, the fucking 7th row, right? So in 2014, Limelight by Alcone was created. Now, not Limelife, we'll get into that in a minute, but Limelight by Alcone. And that was really them rebranding the Alcone at Home. So I think what they were trying to do was really make it so that, you know, they were rebranding and then transitioning it, like getting ready to basically transition it into a multi-level marketing company, or having that aspect, because then 4 years later, Limelight rebrands to Limelife and goes global, meaning that's when they became an MLM. Now, it really seems like Limelife by Alcone heavily uses the legitimacy of the Alcone company to really drive, you know, themselves as a subsidiary forward. And like I said, I always like to talk about, you know, the type of people it seems like they really target. I see them targeting older women, and then I see them targeting, I don't want to say older, maybe let's say mature women. Like 40s and older, let's say that. And then I also see them targeting makeup artists, freelance makeup artists, professional makeup artists as well. The reason why I actually mentioned, you know, the freelance makeup artists, things like that, is because that's how I was recruited. Plot twist, this is one of the MLMs that I joined, and then after about 72 hours, quit. So I was like, no, I don't want to do this. What happened was that a high-ranking beauty consultant messaged me. Now, it's pretty crazy to actually think about this, because I was recruited in 2018. So like right when they started, and if I had no soul, and if I actually, you know, understood back then the fact of, okay, I don't even have to like sell the products, I just need to recruit a fuck ton of people, I could probably be at the top of it right now. But gross. I don't want to do that. But like I said, a high-ranking beauty consultant, she was literally probably one of like the first ones, messaged me on LinkedIn, and I didn't realize it was an MLM. I didn't realize that at all. I just saw it more like she really fed off the fact that I was in sales. I was in sales at like in an industry that I didn't like, doing cybersecurity software sales. And I hated that. My passion, you know, YouTube and makeup and things like that. And she really fed off of that and really made it seem like a true, you know, a freelance sales opportunity. And was very, 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 very misleading. That's actually why I deleted one of the many reasons I deleted my LinkedIn, because I don't like that scammy bullshit. Okay, now I want to go over the products. My computer is over there because it sounds like it's going to blast off, and I don't want my mic to pick that up. But I want to go over some of the products. So there are people who were like, no, the products are great. The products are great. I've used one of them, and it was one of the lipsticks. Their lipsticks are really expensive. And by really expensive, I mean, where are you? Okay, well, for instance, their mascara is $22. Like, the pricing of this, from what I'm seeing, is very much so comparable, like almost exactly comparable to Anastasia Beverly Hills. Except for the fact that their 6 shadow perfect essentials, basically a nude eyeshadow palette with 6 shades, is $74. What? Like, ma'am, who has the money or time? That's crazy. And then one of the little pans, one color, one eyeshadow is $16. It's like, listen, I understand that, you know, you have this backing of, you know, a very, you know, professional company. And I don't mean this in a mean way, but also, who do you think you are? Like, that's crazy. Again, we know that in MLMs, the pricing of the products is just so jacked up because the company has to make more money so that they can continue to pay all of these other people. Okay. Now, there actually is an Anti-Mlm creator, Savannah Marie. I always have her channel linked down below along with a bunch of others, but she was in Limelife as well. And she quit. I don't remember how long she was in it, but she even told me, she's like, I didn't rank up. I didn't recruit anybody. She's like, I hardly sold anything. And she genuinely really did like the products. And she, you know, really was into makeup just like I am, which still currently is, as you can tell by her beautiful makeup skills. But she even, you know, was very honest in that. She's like, the products, they say, you know, will work for everyone, but it really doesn't. Especially with the, you know, face and actually, you know, like skin makeup, it doesn't work for everyone. And in my opinion, I think that their shade range for the face products are gross. Like, it's offensive. It's more of a wax foundation, and that's really one thing that they, you know, are known for. And then also the thing is that you can buy much cheaper foundations. That's $36 for like a little cube of it, a little cube. And that's one reason why I really do think that this brand is geared towards the, you know, professional makeup artists, which is sad because if you join this for the discount, you're going to be paying more money still anyways, even after the discount. Now, if you are a freelance makeup artist, or you're a professional makeup artist, and you are going to, you know, Cosmoprof or what's that one place called? There's like those L'Oreal, not flagship. There's one like across the bridge from me here in St. Pete, and sometimes I'll go over and get stuff, but you can get stuff for 50% off. And it's like Urban Decay, all L'Oreal products, like everything that's under like that, like all NYX stuff, a bunch of MAC stuff as well. Like there's a bunch of stuff. It's so much cheaper. It's awesome. Me and my friend used to go all the time. And the thing is that that's going to make more sense for you. And those are, you know, actual reputable and trusted brands. But most of the people that are using these products aren't talented with makeup. Not saying you have to be talented with makeup to actually use it. You don't. That would be a very ignorant thing to say. You don't. But if you're selling makeup, wouldn't you think that you would want to buy makeup from someone who's good at using it, or like knows what they're doing, or like it looks good on themselves? You know, it's just, you know, like with the Monet girls, why are you gonna buy hair products from someone with shitty hair? All right, now I couldn't find a 2019 or a 2020 income disclosure statement, which is really unfortunate, but y'all know that I love to be able to go over these with you. So I have the thing here that says the rank description, beauty guide and training, beauty guide, lead beauty guide, star beauty guide, director, lead director, star director, senior director, lead platinum director, star unicorn elephant president. Just kidding, that's not one of them. Star platinum director. Now the one thing that I find crazy is that it doesn't even say average. It just says income by rank per month. So that's a little sketchy. But we're rounding. But it says about $50 for the bottom rank, and then jumps up to $144, and then, you know, let's say $450. $750, $1,300, $3,700, $3,800, $18,000, $35,000, and then like $57,000. That's per month. That's absolutely insane. Okay, and then at the bottom it does say average. Okay. But the weird thing is that if you go down a little bit more, it has these little like graphs, and it says the beauty guide and training. Well, I guess that actually does make sense. Never mind, because okay, we'll skip that. And then at the very bottom, in extremely small print, it says, important to note, data only includes beauty guides who reach active status during the month. So we'll get to that in a second, what it takes to be active. Average calculated on a month-by-month basis, then averaged, which that's when it comes to money and like figures and talking about income disclosure statements, we should actually be looking at the median instead of the average, because there's so many outliers. Okay, and then based on paid as month rank, whatever. Now, the thing is that you have to purchase or sell $300 worth of product every single month to be considered active. Now, you don't necessarily lose your rank if you're not active. It just means that you're not going to be able to get the commission under the people below you or the people on your team. That's a lot of makeup. Like, that's a lot. That's a lot. That's so much. But I was watching someone and they were like, oh, well, it's only 20 lipsticks. And it's like, God damn, that's an expensive ass lipstick. But still, with how expensive it is, with how it's not really, you know, accessible other than through someone, who's going to buy 20 lipsticks a month? Are you running out of lipstick that often? No, probably not. So the market for it and really the need for that product isn't really there. And I think that's something really important to understand and to factor in, not only when we're talking about multi-level marketing companies, but also when we're talking about this one specifically. Because you can say all day long, oh, well, it's a tangible and, consumable product. But other than like BB cream and, nail glue and what else? Like my brow products. Yeah, brow products, BB cream, or like foundation, whatever you use, nail glue, lash glue, like hairspray. Those are really the only things that I like re-up on like multiple times, like let's say every 3 months. Not for brow products, less than that now. But like are you seeing what's happening here? It's a tangible product, meaning you can touch it, but it's not a super consumable product, especially when people have, their ride or dies for what they like, and Limelife ain't it. Ew. So now that we've gone over just the highlights basically, and you can kind of understand, okay, it's a pyramid scheme, it's a multi-level marketing company, and it's bullshit like the rest of them, right? You can see how expensive the products are. You can see, the history and, what they really use to manipulate people. Oh, we're such a reputable brand, and it's like, are you, or is the mother company? Now I want to go over one of their top sellers, or at least she was one of the top sellers over the past few months, and her name is Priscilla Moss. Now you might know this name if you frequent the YouTubes, because she is the matriarch of the YouTube channel Fathering Autism. Now this is where this video is going to take a little bit more of a serious turn. I want to really shed light on and kind of expose this, because a lot of people don't know it. Also, a really good channel that has been just exposing the shit out of these people is Josh from the Dad Challenge podcast. He's amazing. He has pretty awesome, well-researched videos. So be sure to go ahead and subscribe to him as well. But when it comes to Priscilla Moss, they have a huge following. I'm going to put up some of their stats on either side of me so that you can really get a visual. Okay, they're a huge channel. They make a lot of money from YouTube. The thing is that they have a son and they have a daughter. Their daughter Abby has autism. She's nonverbal, and she's like 14, 15, something like that. And it's very uncomfortable to watch those videos because it doesn't seem like she wants any part of being on the channel. I mean, you can say all day, well, this person's, nonverbal. You can't really tell like their emotions by just looking at them, but it's like, no, you can. You absolutely can. You can. I am by no means an expert on any type of cognitive disorders, anything like that. However, I've been around it quite a bit. And I don't think it's okay to exploit, I'm just gonna say it. I don't think it's okay to exploit your nonverbal child in order to be successful in your multi-level marketing company. Not only is that not okay, but also what's not okay is the fact that she is using their daughter, exploiting her daughter. There's a clear difference between sharing and exploiting. She's exploiting her daughter to be able to get more views on her channel and on her videos on her Facebook group and on her personal channel as well. If you go and look at their page, the Fathering Autism page, the videos that have their daughter in them get so many more views, like crazy amounts of views. And then if you look at the ones of just the father and what's his name, Asa, if you look at the ones with just Asa and Priscilla in them, they still get a good amount of views, but it's a fraction of what they get when they put their autistic daughter in the thumbnail, in the title, in the video, period. Because people are more interested in that. Now, in my own opinion, and I've done quite a bit of research on them, and you can, look at those numbers for yourself, but like I said, I do firmly believe that she is exploiting her daughter to be able to get more people to sign up under her and try to get them to be on her team for her multi-level marketing company, or, use the makeup that she's selling and things like that. So please be careful of that. And if you actually have been on her team, reach out to me. I would love to pick your brain and just talk to you in general and just get some questions answered from you. But everything I've seen from her so far, it is pretty misleading. She shares, the same bullshit of it's not a pyramid scheme, those are illegal, and it's the same thing as if you were to buy this from, whoever, and then I get this commission instead, and if you buying it at Target, and they get all the money. But one thing that's very interesting to me is if you look at certain posts that she's made, one thing that's interesting to me though is a lot of times you'll hear people who are ANTIMLMs talk about, this is my story, and they tell you some fucking sob story about where they were, their rags to riches story, if you will, and they'll go on and on about how life was horrible before the MLM, and they only started it because they wanted like a little bit and they weren't expecting a lot, and then it just blew up, and now they have everything they've ever wanted. Well, they've been on YouTube for quite some time, and she just joins the MLM within the last 1 to 2 years, but they had a huge following before that. So they were making a lot of money on YouTube prior to that. So it's like, it's pretty silly of her to just blatantly lie and be like, we were so broke and blah, blah, blah. It's like, you realize all of your followers they're the people who are on your team. Like, they're the people who are in this. It's very strange. She does a live stream like every single day. It's embarrassing and I don't like it. Just from a, influencer perspective. I mean, don't get me wrong, I do live streams quite a bit, but it's on Facebook. It's weird. So I think it's important to understand that she never really talks about how it's a multi-level marketing company. She talks about how it's an opportunity, and she, just sells makeup, and she talks about, new product launches, and they go on retreats during COVID, and they travel quite a bit, and they just aren't really obeying COVID regulations at all. And they live in Florida as well, so it's not good. Don't do that. So I just wanted to give you a heads up of those type of people. And a lot of people who I talked to, when I mentioned that I was going to be going over them just a tad bit, I just wanted to give you, a little bit of insight on them. A lot of people didn't know that, one, it's an MLM, and they didn't know that, or they didn't know that she was in an MLM. And it's just asinine. It's just crazy. It's crazy to me. Then again, when I signed up for it, I didn't realize it was an MLM either. So it's really important to put this information out there and show you the truth that Limelife by Alcone, Limelight by Alcone, whatever you want to call it, is an MLM. You do not have a good chance of being successful in it. The products are way too overpriced. They are not as good as some people make them out to be. They're not. Trust this past freelance makeup artist. They're not good at all. I have tried a few of them, and they're not good, okay? And there are a lot of videos on the interwebs, on YouTube, of why, tutorials of it, or why I left, or why I stayed, or why I sell this, and things like that. But there's not really any that show the dark side of it and of this specific channel as well, because to my knowledge, she is the person in it that has like the biggest, let's say the biggest digital footprint. I don't want to say the biggest impact or the biggest influence, but the biggest digital footprint. They have multiple different channels that are associated with their main channel, the Fathering Autism one, and all of them, like whenever they post a video of their family member with autism, they get so many more views, and don't do that. It's gross and weird, and that's not cute at all. So I think it's disgusting. It's not okay. And I really hope that Priscilla Moss gets out. I'm sure she'll probably watch this, but I hope she gets out of the MLM and understands that essentially she is scamming people, because that's what happens in an MLM, and that a lot of people have lost money under her. If you have been on her team, if you have been in Limelight or Limelife, whatever you want to call it, reach out to me, comment below, let me know. Go watch the Dad Challenge podcast, or the Dad Challenge channel, whichever one of his channels you want to watch. I personally really like them. I think he is very well researched. And if Priscilla Moss would like to grant me an interview, I'd be happy to talk to her about the unethical business tactics of Limelight by Alcone, or Limelife by Alcone, whatever the fuck it's called. All right, guys, that's it for this video. Oh, one more thing, actually. Oh, let me put that up. Also, one more thing. I don't like how their income disclosure statement doesn't show the percentages. I mean, we can assume the percentages, right? They're usually all the same. But I don't like that it doesn't show the percentages. That's pretty shitty. And they didn't release, as far as I know, I searched for it, they didn't release an income disclosure statement for 2019. Like, what are you hiding? What are you hiding? Okay, so like I said, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I hope you have a great rest of your day. I hope you're enjoying all of these uploads. Please know that you are too valuable to be in an MLM. Priscilla Moss, I hope that you just sell the products and don't recruit people, for the love of God, please. And don't use your daughter. Don't exploit your daughter to make more money with an MLM. That's gross. Don't do it. As always, stay spicy, and I love you, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.